An F-16 Fighting Falcon lifted off from Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. A pilot was in the cockpit. But a pilot was not flying the jet. An artificial intelligence agent was at the controls. The human pilot had a switch. One flip, and he could take back the aircraft at any moment. He did not need to. This happened in June and July 2026. DARPA announced it on July 16. And this week it was confirmed as a milestone that moves autonomous military aviation from controlled experiment to operational aircraft. Today I want to walk you through what actually happened, why the aircraft matters, where this program is going, and what questions it raises that nobody is fully answering yet. First, what is VENOM? VENOM stands for Viper Experimentation and Next Generation Operations Model, Autonomy Flying Testbed. It is a joint program between DARPA and the U.S. Air Force. The goal: take standard operational F-16 Fighting Falcons, the kind already flying in the Air Force fleet, and convert them into autonomous testbeds for AI flight agents. 3 F-16s arrived at Eglin Air Force Base in 2024 and 2025. Engineers spent months rebuilding them. They added dedicated computing hardware capable of running AI inference in real time. They added software autonomy frameworks. They added sensor integration layers. They added advanced flight instrumentation. Here is the important detail: they did all of this without altering the jet's core software. The VENOM Autonomy Kit interfaces with the aircraft's existing flight controls. The kit sits on top, it does not replace. The result: a pilot can flip a switch to transfer control from human to AI, or back, in real time. The aircraft can be returned to human control instantly at any point in the flight. Phase 1, June 2026, VENOM-modified F-16s flew with human pilots to verify that all the new hardware and software worked safely in the air before handing control to AI. Phase 2, July 2026, an AI agent autonomously flew an F-16 in flight for the first time under this program. What did the AI do? It flew the aircraft. Controlled the stick and throttle. Made real-time flight decisions. Responded to sensor data. Executed maneuvers. The test scenarios include within visual range and beyond visual range missions. 1 versus 1 engagements expanded to 2 versus 2. Simulated combat scenarios against digital targets. The human pilot was always present. The human pilot was always able to intervene. But the human pilot was monitoring, not flying. DARPA's program manager, Brigadier General James Valpiani, described the significance. The team automated the F-16's flight controls and sensors without altering the jet's core software. That creates an efficient development pipeline for aerial combat AI. And it demonstrates that ordinary aircraft, not custom-built research platforms, can be converted to carry advanced autonomy. That last point is the strategically important one. Previous AI flight tests used the X-62A Vista, a purpose-built experimental aircraft. Only one of them exists. It cannot be scaled. VENOM uses operational F-16s, aircraft that exist in the fleet in large numbers. If the autonomy software works on VENOM aircraft, it can in principle be scaled to the existing fleet. That is a fundamentally different capability. Now where this is going. The VENOM aircraft will become the primary test platform for DARPA's Artificial Intelligence Reinforcements Program, also called AIR. The AIR program's focus: AI-controlled multi-aircraft combat beyond visual range. Not one AI agent flying one jet. Multiple AI agents coordinating across multiple aircraft. The destination: collaborative combat aircraft. The U.S. Air Force's program to develop uncrewed jets that fly alongside and take direction from human-piloted aircraft. A human pilot in an F-35 commanding a team of autonomous wingmen. The VENOM program is the testing infrastructure for the software those future wingmen will run. One day before the DARPA announcement, on July 15, 2026, an Enduro YFQ-44A fired an AIM-120 air-to-air missile at a digital target over the Mojave Desert. The YFQ-44A is a purpose-built autonomous combat aircraft under the Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program. That is 2 significant autonomous combat milestones in 2 days. Now the honest questions. The VENOM program maintains a human in the cockpit who can intervene. That is a deliberate design choice, and a safety requirement. The Air Force has stated since the program was established that VENOM aircraft will not fly without a human component. The future collaborative combat aircraft, the uncrewed wingmen, will not have a human in the cockpit. A human pilot in a separate aircraft will command them. That is a meaningfully different arrangement. What are the rules of engagement for an autonomous aircraft? Who is responsible if an autonomous jet makes an error in a combat environment? How do you ensure an AI agent distinguishes correctly between targets in a contested environment? These questions are not answered by the VENOM program. VENOM tests capability. The rules, doctrine, and accountability framework are different conversations, and they are happening more slowly than the technology is advancing. That gap between technical capability and governance is the honest tension in this story. The United States is not the only country developing autonomous combat aircraft. China's autonomous aviation program is active. The pace of military AI development globally is accelerating. The argument for moving forward, if autonomous combat capability is coming regardless, it is better for the United States to develop it under a rigorous, safety-conscious program than to fall behind and face it from adversaries first. The argument for caution, moving from test aircraft with a safety pilot to uncrewed combat systems introduces accountability gaps and escalation risks that no technology program by itself can resolve. Both arguments are honest. Neither is complete. Subscribe for daily AI coverage. Comment below. One question: do you think AI should be able to autonomously engage in combat, or should a human always have to make the decision to fire? Tell me where you stand. I read every comment.